Bhasin is also here with us. Sanjiv, look at last 6-month chart. Can you pull up the last 6-month or 1-year chart of Axis? Sanjiv, good morning. Thanks for your time. Any thoughts? The way Axis Bank has come back to $1,000, people have focused on HDFC, ICICI quite a lot, but this one quietly came, kind of has done pretty well.
Yeah, good morning, Ajay. I think day before yesterday, that was my top banking pick. In fact, I stressed the need that the Citibank wealth business is a huge money earner. And like you said, I think Amitabh Chaudhary has balanced the book excellently. Being a man from the insurance, he has been conservative. He has promised but over delivered. And for once, he is now talking of bullishness on the credit growth. So I remain very, very optimistic. This is one of our top holdings also and top picks also. And I think this is definitely headed higher. So maybe, it will outperform all peer group large banks. And it has. And I think it will be more steady than any other PSU private sector bank. So in our order, it is Axis Bank, it will be ICICI, and it will be HDFC third in the large cap banks. But that and some of the mid cap banks are looking very, very, attractive at this price.
I'm stealing Ajay's question now because he's been talking so extensively about this chemical stock. So let's get in a take from you then, Sanjiv. What do you make of it? Kunal said he's been tracking it for the past few months or so. Yesterday was that synchronized move. Are you seeing merit in this?
Yeah, good morning, Avan. Recall a month back, I was putting my money and my, head out on SRF at 2150. And it's now moved up very smartly, but that and Deepak Nitrite both will deserve action. You can add an Atul over there, chemical. I think they are all three looking extremely good. That whole chemical basket is looking very, very good, specialty chemical particularly. And SRF takes the lead. It's the largest player which provides to Bayer and other players. And their, some of businesses along with the nylon cord is doing extremely well. So we are overweight on SRF in this basket. And we've had an ad on our dark horse play over there from 470 has been Aarti Industry. We think all bad news is in the price. That stock could be a relative outperformer.
We need to talk about is a QIP coming from a transformer maker and a cable maker, which is Apar Industries. Pull up the longest chart you have and you would see that the kind of value this stock has created. Now the stock is in news because of a QIP. And we understand that they are aiming at increasing their medium voltage cable division capacities as well. There's a lot of demand coming in from America mainly. So there's a QIP which has been launched. Management usually doesn't talk to media, so you wouldn't see them talking, but analyst calls at best. Power transformers, I'll say power related ancillary stocks as a whole, Sanjeev. What are your thoughts on here on this pocket and Apar in particular? At 5,500, a QIP will be lapped up for Apar, I'm assuming. Do you like Apar or any other in this space?
So I like one of the most hated names, which has been a huge wealth creator, BHEL. You can't but have power transformers and BHEL not being there. See, the biggest, weakness for BHEL was the Chinese imports over the last 5 years, which in the last 2 years have gone away. So the China one has actually been BHEL's savior. The stock from 25-30 rupees has rallied all the way up to 150. I don't rule out even 180 coming on that part. Like you said, Apar is a market leader in that will gain. But look at the other players, in that whole transmission generator, I would go with a share called Ingersoll Rand. That has a very good pedigree. It's an MNC and it is related to power transformers. So that could be one of the dark horses which can still make more pay. But as a disclosure, we own BHEL in our portfolio. And, like I said, sometimes you have to be contrarian and look 2 years in ahead because that is where the real money lies. BHEL numbers were, weak, but the quarterly guidance on the next 1 year order book is 4 times this book. So I would go with a buy on BHEL on declines. Apar is, I think, will be get oversubscribed because this is the hot theme on power transformers.
Sure, point taken. The other hot theme that we have been seeing in the market has been the pharma sector. Just wanted to put on board the thoughts coming in from Bernstein because they are saying that the US generics pricing as well as volume have improved. The acute season was a bit weak in the quarter gone by, but from Q3 they're expecting a bit of recovery, and margin tailwinds is also something which is there for the sector. Having said that, they're not expecting a big earnings surprise to happen in the near term. They are saying that pretty much the valuations are at the higher end of the long term averages. They do like Cipla, Oro, Biocon and Gland, but they're less constructive on Dr. Reddy's, Sun and Alkem. And in fact, they're expecting some sort of correction in Lupin as well as Divi's. Mr. Bhasin, where does your preference lie within pharma, and anything if you want to specifically talk on Cipla?
So Lupin and Aurobindo are two stocks at much lower level, but we've been very, very bullish on these as contrarian plays. On Cipla, look, Anisha, all bad news will be bought in this stock. It's like Hero Moto, you kept hearing about Pawan Munjal and XYZ, but all opportunities were buying. Hero Moto is today at a 2-year high or a 3-year high. I think Cipla, there is more than what meets the eye. Don't go by the FD approvals. There is talk of, change of ownership or something like that. That could be the one reason this stock is driving high. I still think it's in the best business it is, because Seriflow has gained more market share in Europe than ever before, and their local businesses are doing well. So I would still rule out any major correction in Cipla, and that would be a large cap. But Anisha, I still reiterate for investors, buy the SBI Pharma or the Nippon Pharma fund. It is better to trust a fund manager because you are not so privy to generic and pricing. And if you bought a basket of stocks, you will do very well. That index, by the way, has tripled in the last 4 years.
No, fair point, Sanjeev. That's perhaps the right way. And why restrict yourself only to pure play pharma when you're getting diagnostics now, you're getting healthcare infrastructure companies. So might as well make a basket and do your work over there. There's also one stock which is in focus, Home First Finance. Almost 9.5% equity exchanged hands yesterday. There was a big block deal. The stock attempted a rebound but didn't. Now the data shows, bulk deal data, that some smart guys have bought that stock. And remember, this is a company which is kind of the RBI circular doesn't really impact them because they are in home finance and housing was excluded from the circular. But stock was under pressure. Pull up the longer chart. Home First Finance, have you analyzed this company? I think yesterday True North and some others offloaded some stock, but the numbers, if you purely look at, stock has been lackluster, but numbers are doing okay. Would you get into it now, Sanjeev? Do you like this one?
No, Ajay, I am avoiding that.
Sure.
I have not tracked that stock and I am not getting into that, but I would stay with the larger plays. The best place to be is HDFC Bank. It's got HDFC merged with it. You got everything on home and mortgages going there. The bank is now starting to move up, and if you want to be with the pedigree stocks, it's HDFC Bank. LIC Housing is another play, and Canfin Homes, you can add that as a basket. But Ajay, दिल्ली में सर्दी हो गई है शुरू, और अभी तो शादियों का माहौल है. You can't believe there is almost 2 hours jam now because there is constant flow of weddings. So imagine the spending on wedding and patterns and airports and hotels. That is going to be the real queue for the next few months.
A lot of invitations. You're already invited to conferences across the country, but now the Shadi season has started. Yes, we were hearing. In fact, CAIT was speaking to us just a week back, and they were saying it's going to be another record year for spending related to weddings. And Indian weddings are serious affairs, right? Gravy trains, as they say. But I want to get back to some
on the latest Jefferies equity strategy, and they've actually replaced Marico with Honasa and Maruti with Eicher. I know you said you don't actively track Honasa, so maybe if you don't want to comment on that, that's fine. But Maruti with Eicher, because they're talking about the two-wheeler demand growing faster than passenger vehicles over the next 2 years. Maybe your thoughts?
Yeah, so Awan, I agree with them. We've had two-wheeler stocks lag. And, Hero Motors sold more motorcycles in the last month than it did in the last 3 months. In the last week, I would say, 10 days. So it's telling you that the agri income or the rural incomes are back. But sacrificing Maruti at the cost of Eicher may be a tactical play because of what, but I still remain overweight on Maruti. Maruti is the bread and butter which is going through all new shapes and sizes. You will not believe the type of order book they have. From 18 and 19 lakh cars, they are going to sell 35 lakh. They've got the order book. It is just a matter of execution. And now with supply chain also, not going more stabilizing, I still would put my money on Maruti for 12,000. Eicher and Hero and Bajaj are the three winners, but they are all hitting new highs. So either you chase new highs, which is a technical breakout, or you stay with Maruti. Either way, I would put my money in both those stocks.
Point taken. On that note, Mr. Bhasin, we'll let you go. Thank you so much for making time and speaking with us. But one other stock which might be